up guys, it's the bearded wonder Gaibriul, coach of the LA Deluxe right here, and well, it's that time of the week again. It's time for my team preview for my up and coming TBU battle, and to be honest this one has given me a massive headache. We are against Richie and the Livwurmple FC, and if you've seen the power rankings on the TBU channel, if not go check them out, but on there I was ranked like 4th on Shardy's list and 2nd on Shroomraver's list, which I'm very honoured by, and Livwurmple was ranked as top on both because he has the most powerful draft. I think so, most powerful draft that we've got in this week so far. So I'll just go through the 13 mons that he's got and the 10 potential ones he could bring. So he drafted first of all the Kieran Black. It's got 170 base attack. It is ridiculous, that Pokemon is. I don't know about the order, but he's also got Rotom, Entei, Skarmory, Brilliant, Milotic, Golbat, Rhyperior, Florges, and Mega Mawile. Yeah, we allowed it in the league. To be fair, I actually voted for it to be in the league because, well, you know what, I like a challenge, let's just say that. And then on his bench he's got there sitting Jolteon, Bronzong and Seismitoad, but luckily he isn't bringing any of those because I would have been scared if that brought the Jolteon for its speed and Seismitoad because it's just generally awesome. But as you can see, that's a powerful team. It's really going to be difficult for me to actually build for and against. It's tough. He did actually lose his first game against Anima and the Golden State Dragons. But Anima is very, very good at counter-teaming, and I think she's got a very powerful team. She's also got an Uber in Greninja. Even though it's XY moveset, it's still unbelievably powerful. However, I think I've got a little less powerful team compared to her. Mine's very bulky, and I've got some weaknesses, and it's going to be tough to actually get around here. So, the team that I think he's going to bring, let's go into that first of all. I think he has to 100% bring the Kieran Black. That thing's too powerful, it is super effective against a lot of my mons, and it's got a very, very vast and good move pool. So let's go through what I think he'll do with it. I saw in the first battle it was Expert Belt, and to be fair, I think it's going to be Expert Belt or Life Orb that he's going to be bringing this time. I don't see it being Scarfed. I just have a feeling it's not going to be Scarfed. If it is, fair enough. I really believe it's going to be a special attacker as opposed to a physical attacker, because I have very good physical bulk throughout my team. I have very good bulk in general, but he's got some good physical attackers. I reckon it's going to be mixed special attack. So the moves I think it's going to be bringing are, it's a toss up between sub and Fusion Bolt. Really, it's a toss up for me between them what he's going to bring. But I think he's going to bring Earth Power. Otherwise my Heatran's going to run wild on it. Earth Power, Ice Beam, HP Fire for that Escavalier. And then either Fusion Bolt or Substitute. Probably going to bring the Fusion Bolt, to be honest, and leave the Substitute behind if he's going to be bringing the Life Orb. If it's Expert Bout, very possibly bringing the Substitute. To team up with that as a physical attacker as opposed to that special attacker, I do think, and I think he has to bring Entei. He hasn't used it yet, he didn't use it in his first battle, but he could be bringing it this time, and I do truly think he's going to be bringing it. I reckon it's going to either be Scarfed to outspeed my Espeon, or he's going to have it banded and it's going to be able to outspeed everything other than Espeon pretty much anyway. So, the moves it's going to be bringing are, I think, E-Speed, priority. I have to kind of bring it, especially against the Azumarill, which I've got in my team, which could just Aqua Jet it and do a hell of a lot of damage. That priority attack's always going to be good. Sacred Fire, because nothing ever wants to take it to Sacred Fire. Take it to Sacred Fire. Take a Sacred Fire, really. Stone Edge. I think he has to, really, because my Azumarill is going to take that, the worst out of all his attacks. It's going to do the most damage to Heatran out of all of his attacks. You know, it has to. And then also, got a cheeky little suspicion he's going to be bringing Rock Smash. Now that's because my Heatran does wall his Entei. So he needs something to try and wear it down, and Rock Smash is super effective. It's physical attack, it's going to be hell of a good. So I think he's going to be quite sneaky. Richie knows what he's doing, he knows movesets, he knows how to speed creep, he knows EVs. He's a very, very good battler and one I'm truly afraid of. and I reckon he's going to be bringing the Rock Smash. Along with that, he has to bring Mega Mawile. I can't see him not bringing Mega Mawile. I don't have that many answers to it, to be fair. And this thing is obviously unbelievable. So it's going to have a pretty standard set, but it gets elemental punches, which are going to be very helpful to him. So it's going to have Play Rough, Sucker Punch. Doesn't need the Iron Head, because the Play Rough does all the damage that the Iron Head would anyway. Sucker Punch, because it's priority again, and he kind of needs it in there for stuff like, say, the Heatran, so he can get that little bit of extra damage or something like that. Then it's a toss-up, really. It's whether this is where he has to make a choice of what Pokemon I'm going to bring. If he thinks I'm going to bring the Gliscor to counter this, Ice Punch. Simple. Escavalier has to bring Fire Punch. And if he thinks the Azumarill's coming to counter it, it's going to have to bring the Thunder Punch. Probably out of those, he's probably going to go for Fire Punch and Ice Punch, to be honest. But I actually have a sneaky suspicion he's going to come with Thunder Punch, Fire Punch. Or at least that's the ones I don't want to see. Could always bring Ice Punch as well, but there's 2 slots there for those 3 elemental moves, and he's got to choose between the 2. And it's a toss-up. I'm going to have to expect all of them when I'm actually facing it anyway. So those were the 4 that I was... Sorry, those were 3 of the 4 that I was guaranteeing pretty much that I think are coming. And the next one is... This one is so difficult for me to deal with. I have very few answers. I do have some though. And that is Milotic. What else do you need to say about Milotic? It's very typical. I've seen him use it as the Golden State against the Golden State Dragons, and he brought the Assault Vest, which was pretty damn good, to be honest. He brought Assault Vest, Defensive, Ice Beam, Scald, Mirror Coat, Dragon Tail. However, against me, I don't think he can really do that unless he's bringing in HP as well. So I think he's going to go for Leftovers, Scald, Ice Beam, Mirror Coat again, because it's going to be good. He kind of needs to bring that, and then Haze if he wants to go for that phasing. Is it phasing? I don't know what it's called, phasing. But anyway, if he wants to get rid of like any stat increases, he's going to have to go for Haze. So because I've got 2 fairies on my team, he can't really Dragon Tail. It's not going to work as well. So that's Milotic, and we all know what that's going to do. But it is base 81 speed, which means it outspeeds a few of my Pokemon, and I do need to try and speed creep it. And I know he's going to try and speed creep as well, so I have to try and take that into consideration. But that'll be coming with my Pokemon a bit later on. Other than that, there are 4 Mons to fill these last 2 slots, I think. He could bring Breloom with, say, Sash or Band, Bullet Seed, Mach Punch, Drain Punch, Spore. I think that would be the perfect set for me. So he could bring it, but if he expects me to bring Gliscor, or if he expects me to bring Escavalier or Chestnut, he can't go for the Spore, and they kind of wall him a little bit, so he probably couldn't bring him. He could bring HP Flying for the Chestnut. I think he can get me that way, but to be honest, I don't think he's going to bring that too much, but it's an option there for him. Forgus. This thing's especially defensive. He eats everything up. It's awesome, and he may need aromatherapy. That's what he might think, so he might bring that. But again, I do have a skill Escavalier Heatran that can do massive damage to that, and so can the Azumarill for physical attackers. I've got a very good abundance of physical attackers to take that down. The one I do think he'll be bringing is Rotom. So it's going to be Scarfed. We've already seen pretty much the set he's going to bring, I think. And that'll be Scarfed, Rotom, Leaf Storm, Volt Switch, and HP. The HP being Fire or Ice, most probably Ice will lead me to bring the Gliscor to actually counter that Pokemon, because I counter it very well without him having the Ice. And then Trick. I think he's going to bring the Trick, because that would be good against a Heatran if I'm going for defensive Heatran. And then finally the Skarmory, and again this is another one I think he will bring because it has rocks. And he may fear my Chestnut, so we'll bring a Brave Bird. Along with that, Iron Head and Defog, because he'll want access to Defog. So let's move on to my team. What I'm packing against those 8 Mons that I think he's going to bring, or those 6 really that I've given. So, my team. I think we're going to have... First of all, my Mega is coming. This is the one I was kind of iffing and ahhing about, but after thinking about it, I want it there. I love it, and I'm going to bring something different this week. It's going to be specially defensive. So EVs straight off the bat. 20 speed EVs, so I can just about creep Milotic. I can out creep Milotic. If he wants to speed creep this, I can put extra. I've put extra EVs in to out creep that. That's creep. It's weird, but yeah, that's what I've done. 72 in special attack, because I needed some sort of special attacking threat. 161 as sped F, because he can take a number of attacks with 160 in sped F, sorry. He can take an abundance of attacks very, very well, and I wanted, of course, that balance between attack and defense. And then 252 in HP, standard really. The moves it's going to be packing are, because it's special attacking, Hyper Voice. Pixelate Hyper Voice is awesome, have to bring it. Fire Blast, again, I need it when he's got sitting there a Mawile, a Skarmory, a Breloom. I have to bring that pretty much. There's no other options. And then Roost and Heal Bell. Heal Bell, of course, for the future mons to try and stop him getting any statuses on some of my mons, because Wisp is always going to be a thing, especially with the Scald Melodic around. And then the Roost, so I can keep this thing quite healthy, and I can keep doing stuff against it. Okay, next to that, I am bringing the Heatran. This is going to be my physically defensive wall. It's going to be and I'll explain why in a moment. It's going to be 252 HP, 200 in defense, and 220 in defense, and 36 in speed. The 36 in speed is again to speed creep Melodic, just in case. It's going to be Air Balloon, because I need that resistance to Earth, and I need to be very careful at protecting that Air Balloon as well during the battle. And the moves it's going to have are Rocks, which are going to be very important. Again, I do want to get Rocks up. Wisp for the Mawile, mainly for the Mawile, and the Kyurem possibly. Lava Plume, not Vile Plume, Lava Plume obviously needs that stab damage. That one also provides the option to burn at 30%, which is awesome. And also the Roar or Earth Power. I haven't decided yet. I think I'm going to go for Earth Power, to be completely honest with you, but I've got to look over his team a little bit more and decide whether I think he's going to try and set up on me, or whether I'm going to actually be able to, I'm going to need that Earth Power against, say, it's Entei. This thing walls Entei all day long. Entei does not get access to anything. It gets bulldozed and stuff like that, but it's not strong enough to do massive damage to me. Obviously it'll do massive damage, but not enough, because I'm physically defensive, and I do also pack the Air Balloon to protect against that. And this also it's going to be hell of important to protect against that Mawile, because Mawile cannot do much to this at all. Doesn't learn Earthquake, so we can definitely do well against it. Next to that, of course, I've got Escavalier, which it's just so goddamn awesome. I have to bring it. This time it is a little different though. I am bringing Choice Banded Escavalier, because I want him as an attacking threat, because he does have a few mons weak to steel. So I want to take advantage of that. The first of which being that Kyurem. It's going to be so important against it. So it is going to be 252 in HP, 84 in attack, and 172 in sped F. The reason for the 172 in sped F is because it's able to take an HP fire from a modest life orb. It might just be a modest Kyurem Black. So that, I'm trying to set up against that quite well. It's going to be Adamant, because I want that extra HP attack. Choice Banded, like I said, and the moves are same as last time. Iron Head, Mega Horn, Knockoff, Bulldoze. Iron Head being the most important one, Bulldoze being there in case I think he's going to come in with Entei, but I do not ever want to stand against an Entei or a Mawile with this, because Fire Punch or Sacred Fire will destroy this to pieces. Next to that was another physical attacking threat in my Choice Banded last week and MVP last week, and that is the Azumarill. This time it's going to be different. It's going to be 204 in HP, 252 in attack, and 52 in speed, so that I can speed creep that Mawile. That's the reason I've got that much in speed though, is because I think he's going to have some investment in Mawile, and I feel like this is enough speed investment that I will be able to creep the Mawile. And it's going to be Citrus Berry Bally Drum set, because I feel like I'm going to have options to actually get to set up with this. Say against Entei can't do that much to me, so I can set up against that and OHKO it with an Aqua Jet, and I can take like a Stone Edge and an E-Speed, so I can live that, and then I've got priority on my side. And it's going to be Bally Drum, Aqua Jet, Waterfall and Knockoff. Simple set, we all know the set really. Next to that we've got Espeon, because I needed some special attacking threats, and this is pretty damn good really. To be fair, the last two mons were a toss up between 3, and these are the ones I actually went for. So Espeon with 180 speed means I outspeed everything bar Scarfers. So, I don't want to waste any more EVs than that and anything else. 248 in special attack and 80 in HP, because I can live any attack from a Life Orb Kyurem with that. I mean, that's ace. any attack that I think he'll bring anyway, any of the attacks that I think he'll bring. It's going to be Expert Belt, again, because I love Expert Belt Espeon, it's awesome. It's going to be Psychic and Grass Knot. Now the Grass Knot is going to be very important for the Mortic, which is why I'm packing it. And I'm going to have no other coverage moves because this is all about the Mortic, and I also think his Psychic is going to do a lot of damage to everything pretty much anyway, except for that Mawile, of course, which will be able to come in on this and do a lot of damage. But, you know, I have got other ones to protect against it, but, you know, this is not a Mawile counter. And then to go with that, we've got Wish and a Wish, and I do believe I'm going to bring Protect. And the reason I'm bringing Protect isn't so I can go Wish Protect, but rather I want to be able to scout whether, say, the Entei is scarfed, or yeah, I want to try and scout out. Basically, it gives me that option to take any attack and scout. And then, of course, the other option for that was Baton Pass, but I don't think I'm going to go for that, to be honest. The final one I am going to be bringing is the Rotom Heat, mainly because it is another Levitator and he's got no Mold Breaker, so he protects against the ground type attacks. It's weak to rocks, but that's okay, that's not too bad. It's going to be 228 in speed, and it's going to outspeed, that means outspeeds everything, including Entei, as long as, everything except for Entei, as long as the Pokemon aren't speed invested. Now the next fastest Pokemon he's got is the Kyurem Black, and if that is not a Jolly nature or a Timid nature, we will outspeed it with this EV spread. And then also it is going to be Scarfed, and the reason I've got that, that EV spread on it anyway is because I will outspeed an Entei, I will outspeed a Scarfed, I won't outspeed a Scarfed Kyurem, unless again, like I said, it's got the different nature, so I may as well try and invest as little as possible. Next to that, I'm going to have 252 in special attack, obviously, and then the extra 28 will go in HP. And like I said, I am Scarfed. It's going to be Volt Switch, Overheat, T-Bolt, because I don't feel like I need the HP against this. The T-Bolt is there against the Milotic and the Skarmory. It is an OHKO guaranteed on the Skarmory, so of course that's with no special defense investment, I should probably say, but on the set I've just had for Skarmory, it would be an OHKO. And then to go with that, it will be Wisp or Trick. Now I'm feeling Wisp, but again, I haven't properly decided on this. If I do feel like he's going to bring, say, the Florges, then maybe the Trick would be great, but I'm leaning towards Wisp at this moment in time, to be completely honest with you. Now the other Pokemon I was considering using was the Gliscor, and I had a few different sets. I'm not going to divulge them here, but I did have a different idea for how the actual team would work, and same with an Uxie as well. My original thought was to bring Uxie, but not bringing them this week. They will come eventually, like down the line. Uxie will, because I definitely want to use it, and Gliscor will be back. But I felt like he's got Kyurem there, he's got Milotic there. It's going to be too prepared for Gliscor, so I can't bring it. So yeah, that's going to be my team, that's going to be the way I built. I hope you enjoy this process, guys, and I hope you will stick around to watch the battle a little bit later on and see how I've done. Obviously this is before the battle, so I'm a little bit scared of how I've done, but future call, I hope you've done it. I hope you've done it for the LA Deluxe Ray. But anyway guys, if you have enjoyed yourself watching this video and you do like my process, please don't forget to smash that like button below, of course, the video. More importantly though, have yourselves a damn fine day. I am terrified, but I'm enjoying myself and I'm loving life. Hope you are too. I'll see you next time.